Welcome to the 2020 virtual commencement ceremony. We want this to be as similar to our in-person commencement as possible and invite you to participate at home as you would in person. Please join me in welcoming the Ankeny High School class of 2020 graduates. We will now honor our great country through the singing of our national anthem. The national anthem will be recording from our Ankeny High School choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleamings, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our choir, under the direction of Mr. Ben Walters, and our band, under the direction of Mr. Joel Poppin, will now perform the Alma Mater for Ankeny High School, My Maroon and Gold. This song, written and composed by students from Ankeny High School during the 2014-15 academic year, represents the academic and fine arts programming and the overall culture of our school. Thank you, band and choir members. On behalf of the Ankeny Community School District's Board of Education, administrators and staff, I would like to welcome you to the 107th Ankeny High School graduation. Most importantly, we welcome the class of 2020. It goes without saying that this is the most unconventional graduation ceremony we have ever prepared. The class of 2020 has learned lessons of perseverance, positivity, and resilience through this experience. And as we celebrate their commencement today, we grieve the lost celebrations, extracurricular opportunities, and relationships that are only built in the school setting. However, we know that this class will emerge stronger for having worked through these disappointments, finding new ways to learn, achieve, and grow. And as we honor this graduating class, I would also like to acknowledge and thank our Board of Education for their service to the community, and more specifically, our children. Lori Lovestead, President, Aaron Johnson, Vice President, Tashara Bohanna, Katie Clays, Jim Ford, Amy Tallerini, Ryan Weldon. I would also like to recognize the school's district administration, faculty, and staff. These individuals have played an important role in helping our graduates to meet their goals. Next, I would like to recognize the parents or those responsible for raising these graduates. We cannot forget you who have helped and supported your children throughout the many years of homework, practices, carpools, concerts, and games. You have given your children someone to turn to in good and bad times. Thank you for your support as you have helped your young person on their journey toward today. I would remind all of our young people to find a way to thank your parents for their guidance and support. As a district, our mission is to prepare every learner to achieve a lifetime of personal success. Whether we meet in person or on Zoom, today we honor our graduates as they go forward. Each day, students throughout our district are pursuing world-class learning, striving to reach their goals. And as educators, celebrating this passion for learning is central to our mission. This year, more than ever, our students and staff demonstrated incredible innovation as we undertook a goal we have never seen before, distance learning. As we celebrate commencement today and anticipate your future success, I would like to thank all of our students and staff members for their dedication to their education, to Ankeny Community Schools, and for their flexibility through a year of uncertainty. I would now like to introduce our board president, Lori Lovestead, who has some remarks to share with the class of 2020. Lori Lovestead and her husband, Kirk, have lived in Ankeny since 2012 and have 4 children attending Ankeny schools: Bailey, Brooke, Caden, and Beckett. Lori has a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Biology, and Microbiology from Iowa State University and is employed by Mercy Medical Center as a medical laboratory scientist. She's passionate about connecting students with new and exciting opportunities in career development with the Ankeny Community School District and promoting equality and equity for all students in our Ankeny family. She's proud to serve the students and the residents of Ankeny as the board president this year and is excited for the growing future of our school district.
Welcome to our graduates, families, and friends. To say you made it seems to mean a little something more this year. The world decided to hit the pause button, and we all have had to adjust to a very different normal. Quarantines, social distancing, online learning, every day seemed to bring a new challenge. And you were expected to roll with your senior year changing in a way you didn't ask for. I have to say, you all impressed us. You adapted, evolved, and even showed us how to do it. Thank you for being an example of what to do in challenging times. The world is still changing around us. You are part of a generation that is so connected. You follow and interact with people on social media from all around the world. You have access to more information than people like me could have dreamed of at your age. You have meaningful conversations online with people you have never met in person and probably never will. You may also have been sucked into the negativity of the online world, trolling, hate speech, harassment, bullying. Your challenge will be how to use these spaces for good. We have seen how a single online video can spark change in the world. A connection made online between you and someone very different from you creates a shared humanity between you both. Shared knowledge is powerful, and that power can topple dictators, launch a career, or even save a life. The most important thing I can share with you is to not be afraid of this power. Use it. Become a part of the changes you see around you. Commit yourselves to being open to the world around you and what it can teach you. Try new things. And you know what else? Fail at some of them. Fail big and unafraid. As a parent, I can tell you how scary it is to tell your children to go out and fail at something. But it is so important to be willing to put yourself in a place where the outcome is unknown. There are a million stories of people who found success and happiness only after they had failed at everything else. Being open to the possibility of something wonderful coming from something terrible is the most empowering thing we can do. Hope is unstoppable. There are many of you who have had pretty great lives up until now. And to a teenager, great usually means boring and predictable. I would recommend that you get prepared for the unexpected in your future. Others have already experienced life crumble around them. Know that everything that has happened to you, good and bad, has brought you to this moment. Graduating high school is the beginning of your life. Get messy and beautiful and full of surprises. Your job is to take everything you have learned here in Ankeny and use it. Use it to drive your life in the direction you want it to go. The road will definitely be winding. You might stop, circle back, restart, even change cars along the way. Use your experiences to make your life meaningful, whatever that means for you, and make the world you live in a better place. Congratulations to all of our graduates, and keep making us proud.
I'm pleased to introduce the Ankeny High School principal, Mr. Peter Apple. Mr. Apple joined the Ankeny High School administration team this school year. He earned a Bachelor of Science in Software and Systems Engineering at Mount Mercy University, a Master's of Arts in Educational Leadership from National Louis University, and is currently working on his doctorate in Educational Leadership and Policy Analysis from the University of Wisconsin at Madison, with a focus on the impact of students' mobility on their educational outcomes.
Good morning, Ankeny High School family. Today, we celebrate the achievements of our students alongside the countless people who have tirelessly worked to support them, helping each of them find success over the past 13 years of their education. While this virtual ceremony is not our traditional forum for this celebration, it allows for our students to be with their families. It allows for our staff to collectively support our graduates, and it allows for us to provide closure for the class of 2020. Events beginning in December of 2019 have created this unique opportunity for our seniors. Our daily lives have been impacted by a national health crisis, state and local restrictions on gatherings, financial hardships, and other complications due to COVID-19. All of this during the last 6 months. Our society has endured tragedy and loss, but that does not define the class of 2020. Today, we do not look backwards on the events that have led us to this non-traditional ceremony. We look toward our futures. Students, families, staff, and the entire Ankeny community are not only adjusting to the new normal, but we will be stronger as we look to the future. For today's graduates, this ceremony marks a special rite of passage. Some of you are anxious to make the trek to college. For others, you're on the brink of leaving for honorable military service, and still others of you are joining the perpetual world of work. Before you take your first steps as Ankeny High School graduates, I'd like to share some parting thoughts with you, the class of 2020. These thoughts are an attempt to give you a different perspective as you leave the world of K-12 education. Subtly or not so subtly, you've heard over your last 13 years of education from teachers, counselors, parents, family, whoever, that you have to work hard and make sacrifices to be successful. During high school, you balanced school, activities, athletics, family, music, jobs, friends, and of course, the never-ending list of temptations of social media, text messaging, your phone, your Chromebook, the list goes on. You've probably heard how you need to work hard and get good grades if you want to succeed in life. As a result, some of you buried yourself in the work of the advanced placement classes. The over 20 AP courses offered at AHS include social sciences, life sciences, and the fine arts, which have allowed all of our students the opportunity to explore different fields of interest to prepare them for the rigorous exams to earn college credit. 88 members of the class of 2020 took 5 or more AP courses during their 3 years at Ankeny High School. Still others started your college careers early through our over 30 on-campus concurrent enrollment courses where AHS students earned over 6,000 credits during this school year alone. Outside of the classroom, the class of 2020 was active in their community. 29 seniors earned the Silver Cord Award for volunteering over 120 hours each during their time at AHS. Further engagement outside the classroom had students toiling away at sports while carrying a rigorous course load. Others worked long hours at one or more jobs and still managed to take advantage of the amazing array of courses offered right here on this campus. All these activities are part of the hard work of being an Ankeny High School student these past 3 years. Hard work is respectable and necessary for success, right? Sean Achter is a Harvard professor, author, and a teacher of the most popular class on Harvard's campus, a class on happiness. In 2006, after being offered for just a second semester, Achter's class on positive psychology, basically a course on being happy, beat out the requisite Introduction to Economics course as the most sought after class on campus. Sean Achter writes that we are taught by the world around us. If you work hard, you'll become successful. And once you're successful, then you'll be happy. This pattern of belief explains what often motivates many of us in life. We think if we can just get that next good grade, I'll be happy. If I can just get into that university, I'll be happy. How about that better paying job? I'll be happy. Success first, happiness second. But what if conventional wisdom is wrong? What if we've had it backwards all along? Achter, along with other researchers, suggest happiness fuels success, not the other way around. When we are positive, our brains become more engaged, creative, motivated, and energetic. Positive brains have a biological advantage of brains that are neutral or negative. We know the biological response to positive emotions impacts the brain and gives us an edge. It helps us organize new information. We keep it in our brain, retrieve it faster, along with increased problem-solving skills, as opposed to brains that are negatively primed. That's why Google's various campuses around the world reflect the company's overarching philosophy, which is nothing less than to create the happiest, most productive workplace in the world. Now, a quick search on Amazon shows there are over 70,000 books in the self-help section on improving happiness alone. Read a couple of these books and you're going to be happy, right? But wait. It doesn't really work like that. Sonia Lubomirsky, a positive psychologist, and her colleagues suggest there are 4 steps to increase happiness. 1 is physical activity increases endorphins, which makes us happy, which means we now have all the more reasons to exercise. Acts of kindness make us feel happy by creating happiness of others is the second tenet. The third is setting and reaching goals, keeping the positive possible. And the 4th aspect is participating in activities we love creates enjoyment in life. When we engage in behaviors because we enjoy them, we're intrinsically motivated to do so. Members of the graduating class, many of you are trying to determine what you should do with the rest of your lives, what major to have, what job to apply for, what branch of the service to specialize in, among thousands of other questions. But the scientific research is clear. Intrinsic motivation is the key to achievement and consequently success. You have to be happy in what you're doing. In today's world, we're afflicted with tunnel vision and only focus on success. We abandon happiness to embrace stress and mounting pressure to succeed, when in fact we should be focusing on what makes us happy. If we consider happiness to be the ultimate pursuit, success will follow. No longer should we think first success, second happiness. Class of 2020, I wish you happiness, knowing success will follow. Thank you. I would like to introduce our first student speaker at this time. Sam Wu is the son of Jeff and Karen Wu. During his time at Ankeny, Sam has been involved in varsity tennis, robotics, jazz band, marching band, pep band, show band, Knowledge Bowl, Habitat for Humanity, Mayor Youth Council, CORE, Model UN, and he has received the Iowa Governor's Scholar for 2020 from Ankeny High School. He is a National Merit finalist, deathly afraid of being abandoned, and has maintained a weighted GPA above 4.0, placing him in the top 5% of his class. This fall, Sam will be attending Boston University to pursue a major in physics with a minor in computer science. Please join me in welcoming Sam to share his thoughts with the class of 2020.
Okay, so I wrote a speech before coronavirus happened, and I'm just going to read off that one. But I'm not going to write a whole other speech, that's too much work. So just keep in mind while I'm reading that I wrote this without knowing about COVID. Okay, so congratulations, class of 2020, for making it this far. I'm sure everyone in the audience today is very proud of your accomplishments. I'm also sure that they want to go home ASAP, so I'll make this quick. We are presently in the greatest time of our lives. Actions, both from us and our ancestors, have accumulated into this one moment, our graduation. Let's take a moment and reflect on all that has happened to get us to this point. However, if you're like me, these past few weeks have been the slowest, most uninteresting time of your lives. It's been more of the same, right? Sitting in class, eating in the cafeteria, chatting with friends. I mean, we've been doing it for 13 years now. It had to get old at some point, and I can confidently say that I won't miss it. Everyone tells me to cherish this time, but man, I can't wait to go home and do nothing. But now is not the time to think about what was. Now is the time to celebrate. I cannot wait to go to everyone's grad parties and hang out with my friends. I have no doubt that you will all enjoy the next few days of socializing. But while you are socializing, you may get this feeling of uncertainty. You may feel as though everyone knows what's going on but you. I understand that it may seem from our vantage point that everything is under control, that the adults, i.e. our parents and the administration, know exactly what they're doing. But I assure you they're humans too. And sometimes they make mistakes and things can go wrong. Let's all just be thankful that that hasn't happened. So, I know 90% of you don't care what I have to say. And to be honest, I don't have that much advice either. So I'm not going to give you any advice. I'm not going to lie to you and give you some flowery message about hope either. And I'll tell you why. It's because I'm a buzzkill. But also, I believe that humans are inherently hopeful. I personally don't find it very important because I don't care, but it's good to have that nature. And we find the worst actions, the worst events, and still find the good in them. We can be ranked 6 in basketball and still win state. We can live in a world full of pain and suffering and still find time to celebrate. I don't need to tell you how to live because we're all so different, and yet we still somehow made it. We've been doing it for 18 years, so we've literally been doing it our entire lives. Instead, I have a favor to ask you guys. I'm not really a sentimental guy. I've dealt with abuse and stress and death, and I don't really talk about it. but I've had a lot of friends that I had to say goodbye to. Don't miss your chance to say goodbye. You never need a reason to say, thank you, I'm going to miss you. And I think at this point, we all know what it's like to have that last day without knowing it. Do me a favor. Don't let it happen again. So, thank you. I'm going to miss you.
Thank you, Sam. Your levity and insights are appreciated on this somber day. Our second student speaker today is Lydia Hill. Lydia is the daughter of Leah and Peter Hill. During her time at Ankeny, Lydia participated in cross-country, track, choir, mock trial, student council, National Honor Society, and the French Honor Society. Lydia has been awarded 4 academic letters, is a 4-year varsity letter winner for cross-country, a varsity letter winner for track, and was this year's recipient of the Outstanding Modern Language Senior in French. After high school, Lydia plans to attend St. Olaf College and will major in French and political science with a focus on international relations. Hawk family, please welcome Lydia at this time.
If there's one phrase that this graduating class knows by heart, it would be some derivative of the 2020 vision. The first time I heard this phrase was from my 5th grade teacher, when the year 2020, so off in the distant future, had yet to become anything more than a catchy phrase for my classmates and me. Now that 2020 is actually here, I don't think anyone's 2020 vision was what this year has become. Even though our senior year has been unusual, and graduation may not be exactly what we had hoped or planned for, I think I speak for everyone when I say that I'm so thankful to be able to celebrate our class's accomplishments, even if it's not in the most traditional way. Ever since the connection was made with our class's graduation year, the idea of our sights being set on 2020 was stitched into our minds. We were told to set our goals for 2020. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What is your 2020 vision? Now, I know that I'm not the only person here today that since the start of high school has changed their vision too many times to count. If you had asked me what my 2020 vision was freshman year, it would have been completely different from the person that I am today. Looking back, I'm so thankful that during my time at AHS, I was able to change my vision and my plans for my future. But it wasn't easy for me to realize that my vision needed to change. What made discovering my vision so difficult was that my passions seemed so muddled and indiscernible from the constant noise of other activities and commitments. It's hard to try and become the person you want to be, or figure out what it is that you want to do, or what you're good at, when you feel like people know you as being good at one thing, or doing something else. This was something that I struggled with, and I'm sure many others struggled with this too. The challenge was trying to figure out what the difference was between what other people's visions were for me and what my vision actually was. For so long, I had seen myself as the cross-country girl, and it was scary to open up and express interest in other things. Even though opening up and trying new things is hard, I've realized that this is how you find your vision, how you find yourself. One thing that I have started to realize this year is that even if you feel like you are late to the game on figuring out who you are or what you want to do, or if you don't even know either of those things, the time you spent doing different things wasn't wasted, and this only makes you the unique person that you are today. Past experiences help give us insight into our futures and stories to look back on with a smile. And AHS has given me many of these. Even though our class may not have had the end of high school experience that we wanted, it doesn't do much good to look back and be upset. Instead, I hope that we can all remember the things that AHS worth missing in the first place. I'll miss eating lunch with my friends, Mr. Carey and his flavors of math, getting coffee with my friends during open, Miss Olson and the subtle yet persistent stench that makes its way into the hall from the refrigerators full of cats, Mr. Lage and his whiteboard filled with sand, and so much more. Even though we will miss our high school experiences, these last few years at AHS weren't the destination, but the starting point to go out into the world and make new memories, new friends, and expand our horizons. Another thing that I've realized recently is that no matter how many plans you make, life can still interfere and push them all away. I'd be lying if I said the past few months hadn't been difficult. And one thing that may be harder than finding your path and your vision is getting it taken away. I know many of us don't know what lies ahead in our education, the workforce, and other paths that we are planning to take. I've realized that having a 2020 vision isn't about making a plan that is perfectly clear, but having one that allows you to zoom in and out, to focus on what can be done, a plan that can change when the circumstances call for it. I share all of this with you today to show you how my vision has changed a lot in just the 4 years here at Ankeny. Even though the twists and turns were confusing and difficult, I wouldn't change any of them. I know that we've all been impacted and are thankful to our parents, teachers, coaches, friends, classmates, and mentors of all kinds who have helped us get to the people that we are today. As we leave AHS, I hope that we are able to use what we have learned to take new roads, learn new things, and become the best versions of ourselves. But also knowing that the visions that we have for the best versions of ourselves will probably change. Your vision doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be 2020. Our visions don't end with high school. They were only just beginning. But I'm thankful to have been able to reach my 2020 vision with all of you.
Thank you for those inspiring words, Lydia. You've captured the difficult nature of the past several months and provided us a path forward. Our third and final speaker today is Nathan Balecki. Nathan is the son of John and Lisa Balecki. During his time at Ankeny High School, Nathan participated in a myriad of student activities. These include concert choir and varsity show choir, National Honor Society, Ultimate Frisbee, cross country, and other athletic programs. Outside of school, Nathan's been an active member of the community, serving as secretary of the Mayor's Youth Council, attending the National Council on Youth Leadership, teaching Sunday school, volunteering for Meals from the Heartland, mission trips, and much more. He's earned many awards, including 4 academic letters, 3 choral music letters, Principal Scholar, and Principal's Rigor Awards. Nathan has been accepted into the honors program at the University of Iowa, where he will be attending this fall. He plans to study management and biology while continuing to play Ultimate Frisbee at a high level. Please join me in welcoming Nathan at this time.
Good evening and congratulations to the class of 2020. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Nathan Balecki, proud future alumni of Ankeny High School. Now, if you don't know me, that's okay, but I will try and jog your memory really quick. You might know me as the kid that was cheering way too loud at a JV girls basketball game, or maybe I was the kid that made you late to work or school because this moped, it only goes 25 miles an hour. Maybe I was the kid you always saw at Walmart buying only pineapple juice and cereal. Now, I'd like to take this time to congratulate my friends and peers on the past 13 years of schooling that have led to this one last glorious moment together. We did it! We are now proud alumni of Ankeny High School and we have graduated. It's time to joyously look back at the years of our life that we so desperately try and push out of our minds. Gone are the days where we danced to the Gangnam Style dance and the Harlem Shake and where we used Kick Instant Messenger. No more are the days where we'd walk the halls of Ankeny High School and see our friends making TikToks and doing the renegade. It's time to move past the hardships of algebra, geometry, history, and the sound of the lunch ladies' voices when they told us, you have no money in your lunch account. It's time to move past the sadness that pierced all of our hearts when we learned that Hogwarts, they don't accept FAFSA, and we never got that letter on our 12th birthday. But we have accomplished something, we've all graduated, and we are proud alumni of the greatest school in the country. Now, I can proudly say that in my time at Ankeny High School, I've had the opportunity to interact with all of you, and through these interactions, my eyes have been opened to the great amount of potential that this group of students possesses. I don't have to talk about potential, though. I can just list off the successes that we've achieved. Our volleyball team has made the state tournament all 4 years of our high school tenure. Our soccer, basketball, and ultimate frisbee programs all own a state title to their name. Our football team and other athletic programs are consistently competing at a high level. Our knowledgeable team has won multiple state titles, and our color guard is 5-time defending state champs. So we have a lot of potential, and it can lead to a lot of greatness in our student body. Now, today, I want to encourage all of you guys to use this potential into something positive and to channel it into something greater than you. They say the 2 greatest days of your life are the day you're born and the day you find out why. And every single student has a great opportunity to impact the world in some facet. So let's make it positive. And we all have to start somewhere. Now, you don't have to be great to start something, but you do have to start something to be great. And for a lot of us, it's the start that ends up stopping us. but as a class, we have to collectively find our why, our purpose. I often feel like we are asked to see the best in our school, in our state, in our country, in our world, when in reality, we're given the worst in return. The world is laced with horror and evil, but each and every one of us has a voice, and we all can stand for something positive. So make your voice be heard. Silence is the voice of the oppressor, and if you stand for nothing, you're definitely going to fall for something. So use your voice and make it be heard. Speak out, be positive, be confident, be respectful and peaceful, but make your voice be heard. Now, once you find your reason or your why or what you stand for, pursue it with a relentless passion. It can be hard to step out of our comfort zones and to put ourselves out there. It's not easy to break the status quo, but Troy Bolton did it, and if he can do it, all of us can. Nobody in history has ever changed the world by coloring inside the lines. Everybody has the opportunity to impact the world in a positive way. So make that impact positive, but do it quickly, because life is short, and it goes by faster than the bus that SpongeBob couldn't catch when he was at rock bottom. And, of course, there's going to be hard days. There will be days where you don't know if you're doing the right thing, or where the world will try and cloud your view. People will hurt you, they'll make fun of you, they'll try and bring you down, but you can't have any harvest if you never have any rain. Take these hardships in stride and use them to grow. My favorite poet once said, "And them haters gonna hate, 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 and the fakers gonna fake, 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 but baby, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake 'em off, I shake 'em off." I encourage every single one of you to take these words with you through the rest of your life, because I promise it won't be easy. The world is going to try and tear you down. They'll throw stones trying to break you down, but take these stones in stride. Don't ask, why me? Don't settle. Work relentlessly at what you want. And take these stones and build an empire that upholds your purpose, your personal why. Thank you, my friends, for everything you've done for me for the past 13 years, and congratulations once again. I can't wait to follow your stories through the rest of our life and see how we all impact the world. They say the sky's the limit, but for this group of Hawks, it seems more like the base. Continue to live the Hawk way and soar high above the rest, because we are, and we always will be, Ankeny Hawks, and that's a title nobody will ever be able to take away from us. Much love, and for the last time as an Ankeny High School student, let's go Hawks! Thank you for your time.
The passion and spirit Nathan has shown over the past 3 years is exemplified throughout his speech. Thank you, Nathan, for those closing thoughts and a successful career as an Ankeny Hawk. Before I present the class of 2020 for their diplomas, I'd like to recognize some of the tremendous accomplishments of our class. Traditionally, we would ask our students to rise and be recognized, but that's not possible with this virtual graduation. We're celebrating specific groups of students, and I want to ensure that we honor the traditions of the AHS commencement ceremonies of the past. There are 24 members of the class of 2020 who are in the top 5% cohort, representing the top 5% in either weighted or unweighted GPA. There were 70 members of the class of 2020 earning the Principal's Scholar Award with a weighted GPA of over 4.0. There were 76 additional members of the class of 2020 earning the Principal's Academic Excellence Award with a weighted GPA of 3.7 or higher. There were 42 members of the class of 2020 earning the Honors Diploma. And for the first time, Ankeny Community School District offered the Seal of Biliteracy as an award on diplomas. The class of 2020 had 8 members who've earned this seal, and we could not be more proud of the work of these students. They've set the bar high for all other classes to exceed in the coming years. Please join me in congratulating these students. Their academic success is a result of the exceptional educational opportunities they're provided through Ankeny High School and their efforts. We're honoring these accomplishments and encourage these students to follow their hearts in applying this knowledge toward their chosen path after high school. It is now time for us to present our graduates. At this time, Dr. Kimpston, members of the Board of Education, and distinguished guests, I am proud to present to you for awarding their diplomas, the Ankeny High School Class of 2020. Mr. James Cowger of the AHS English Department will be presenting individual graduates today. Mr. Cowger has spent the last 25 years dedicating his life inside and outside the classroom to our Hawk family. His amazing career at AHS has spanned multiple buildings and is further proof that finding happiness is the key to success in your life. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Cowger as he helps us honor the class of 2020 by reading the names of our graduates. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Joshua Haneku Abwaji, Jacob Alexander Agard, Kristen Nicole Alford, Kathleen Elizabeth Alger, Elijah Christopher Allen, Alyssa Reed Artgetzinger, Kennedy Logan Arterburn, Jackson Richard Babb, Kylie Shea Bacam, Trinity Ocean Bacam, Donald Darwin Badger, Jacob Grant Bayer, Maya Suzanne Baldwin, Colby Austin Bales, Brooke Elaine Barber, Braxton Clifton Bayless, Kaylee Jane Becker, Brooklyn Elizabeth Beeman, Casey Victoria Behrens, Samuel Thomas Belding, Paige Alexandra Bennett, Jasmine Renee Bentley, Scott Moreau Bergwall, Acacia Brandel Beal, Nathan Andrew Balecki, Madison Lee Beery, Jack William Binns, Brianna Irene Bittner, Brandon Tyler Blaine, Hannah K. Blanchard, Annika M. Blanco, Colbin Michael Bloss, Anthony James Blobom, Nicolette Marie Boblet, Alicia Jula Bogus, Alan Glenn Bogus, Adriana Natasha Bolden, Anthony James Bostwick, Jonathan Walter Owen Boughton, Mary Tharwat Boulis, Michael Tharwat Boulis, Wesley Tanner Brandenburg, Nathaniel Lee Brandmeier, Andrew William Bruner, Alan Joe Perhonas Brewer, Marcus Sean Thomas Brewer, Lydia Rose Broadhead, Cassidy Elise Brotherton, Logan Lee Brown, Bridget Page Browning, Ryan James Brungard, Cole Maxwell Buffington, Naya Mercedes Burgos, Reagan Marie Burkhart, Tanner Joseph Burns, Travis Jordan Butterbrought, Dylan Franklin Butts, Olivia Helen Bird, Andrea Elizabeth Califf, Isabella Grace Cardenas, Brock Calland Carlson, Jared James Carlson, Emma Nicole Carroll, Sarah Naomi Cassidy, Josiah Daniel Chavez, Colby William Cheney, Leah Rose Ciccone, Adara Yasmin Chigo Garcia, Haley Carol Christensen, Josie Lynn Christensen, Madeline Eileen Cisneros, Lauren Olivia Clark, Riley Joseph Clark, Triona Elaine Clark, Alyssa Ashley Click, Cameron Mariah Clifton, Caden Lee Close, Lainey Mariah Collins, Davis Lee Cooper, Gavin Michael Cope, Madison Ray Corey, Nicolo James Colhart, Madeline Elizabeth Cox, Molly Catherine Cox, Alicia Marie Coyle, Claire Marie Creekmore, Kaylin Aaron Crimmins, Michaela Kara Crouch, Samuel David Curtis, Nicole Ray Dacus, Kaylee K. Daniels, Malia Marie Doherty, Caleb Richard Davidson, Anna Marie Davis, Cade Aaron Davis, Rebecca Elizabeth Dean, Emmeline Grace DeBrouwer, Sydney Lynn Dennis, Nathan Andrew Dentlinger, Alyssa Claire Donnelly,
Benjamin Eugene Doherty,
Jared Robert Downer, Hudson Isaac Dunwoody, Kayleen Michelle Edwards, William Mackay Edwards, Joseph Douglas Eller, Morgan Jewel Engel, Anna Marie Esserich, Kinsey Susan Evans, Riley Allen Faith, Hannah Ray Fenner, Kevin Allen Fierro Lavia, Delaney Elise Filling, Sierra Christine Fillinger, Logan David Fine, Jacob Garrett Fleener, Anastasia Svetlana Fulmer, Samantha K. Frazee, Brennan Michael Frederick, Thomas Henry Fritz, Grant Kepler Ganpat, Lucia Garcia Solis, Marcus Aurelio Garcilazo, Giovanna Marie Gast, Tanner Max Gerhardt, Abigail Marie Girth, Henry Thomas Gibbons, Nathan Thomas Gilmore, Connor Charles Gurnt, Caleb Mark Goldner, Noah Richard Gomes, Liam Harold Gossman, Jackson James Gravy, Brittany Marie Gray, Nathan Gade Griner, Zoe G. Griner, Connor Patrick Griffith, Haley Marie Grubb, Victoria Rose Gurna, Grace Noel Hagedorn, Lauren Elizabeth Haywick, Riley Jane Alston, Mason Hines Hanley, Tyler Dean Hansen, Ashley Rose Harrington, Carly Ray Hartman, Hunter Anthony Hartsook, Adeline Ann Hawkins, Eric Thomas Hayden, Cassidy Lynn Hayes, Brannon Ray Hempy, Jason Paul Hinder, Tyler James Hensel, Peyton May Hermson, Ashley Jael Herrera, Catherine Jean Hersom, Lydia Faith Hill, Carson Eugene Hilsenbeck, Hunter Alexander Holman, Christopher James Hoover, Norman Eugene Howdeschelt, Haley Faith Howard, Jason Joseph Hudacek, Elizabeth Lauren Hughes. Crystal Dawn Hewling. Morgan Olivia Hurst. Paige Mai Hoon. Zachary Wayne Imes. Lance Edward Jaspers. Peyton Diane Jesse. Anjanae Tashay Johnson. Brooke Elizabeth Johnson. Caitlin Claire Johnson. Caleb Andrew Johnson. Riley Elizabeth Johnson. Abigail Kate Jordan. Lucas Ray Jewell. Emma Jean Koch. Kobe Allen Kane. Samuel Leroy Callum. Allison Marie Klosterman. Ella Ann Knapp. Nathaniel Tarir Javon Koch. Gannon Stephen Cohn. Caden Ryan Kolthoff. Dylan William Conan. Josephine Violet Kreutzfeldt. Jack Jude Krebs. Christian John Krug. Nicholas Dean Kruzmark. Jordan Ambrose Cum. Tyler Isaac Kunzman. Dustin John Kutz. Alyssa Lee Land. Sam Casey Lee. William Brandon Lee. John Paul Leinendecker. Morgan Kelly Lutzinger. Luke Allen Lilienthal. Peyton Alexandra Link. Emma Marie Lynn. Bailey Rose Lovestead. Mallory Michelle Luther. Mackenzie Lynn Mackey. Brenna Hope Madden. Mackenzie August Malacote. Jose Angel Marin. Samuel Allen Marler. Maxime Cruz Martin. Mark Michael Macelio. Cole Nicholas Mateer. Joseph Charles McCarville. Ellen Jean McClure. Grace Elizabeth McGill. Claire Jolynn McGowan. Carter Joseph McMullen. Riley Brannon Eugene McWilson. Mark Anthony Medici. Serena Elena Medina Kelsey. Jade Skylyn Medivere. Cole Stephen Myers. Maxwell Andrew Millen. Joshua Michael Miller. Madison Lee Miller. Nathan Michael Miller. Lucas Allen Mincer. Anthony Charles Moore. Natalie Louise Moore. Rachel Faith Moore. Christian Noel Morris. Ella Claire Morris. Gavin Chad Morrison. Andrea Lee Ann Muchori. Jessica Danielle Murray. Lahua Kiopi Nahalia. Charles William Nichols. Grace Carol Nielsen. Ethan J. Norgard. Jackson J. Norgard. Grace Marie O'Hara. Alexandra Cameron Oglesby. Zachariah Daniel Olson. Olivia Mabel Orth. Ethan James Osario. Nolan Joseph Abbott Otten. Wyatt Raymond Owens, Luke Matthew Parkinson, Cameron Dean Patterson, Taylor Lynn Patterson, Jackson James Peacock Fleming, Sophia Rose Pezic, Karina Elizabeth Peterson, Emily Jo Peterson, Jaden Christine Peterson, Ashlyn Desiree Fonksavon, Luke Wayne Pierce, Colby Dalton Pitts, Kayla Ann Pitts, Jackson Thomas Porter, Reese Samantha Prescott, Sydney Marie Puente Morales, Connor Lee Rainey, Rachel Marie Reese, Benjamin James Reynolds, Bryce Aaron Rinderknecht, Garrett Michael Rinker, Fiona Marie Reardon, Christian Michael Roberts, Jackson Maurice Roberts, Paige Diane Robinson, Tamir Benjamin Ephraim Robinson, David Mitchell Robron, Alexander Mark Roche, Daniel Robert Rose, Jason James Rottinghouse, Caden Nicholas Rounds, Presley John Royer, Jasmine Nicole Rumley, Elliot Keith Rush, Grace May Ryan, Paige Lorraine Ryburn, Megan Diane Ryherd, Kyle Sanghoy, Petey Brina Adato Salonga, Devin Lee Sanchez, Robert Franklin Scher, Hunter Glenn Schmidt, Emily Ann Schoen, Jacob Lee Schoen, Brandon Michael Schumacher, Dylan Jacob Schucher, Elizabeth Delray Scholar, Logan Howard Shanks, Macy Renee Shannon, Haley Jordan Shepard, Bailey Ann Scheiber, Damian Lee Seek, Caleb Joshua Scow, Ahmet Scribo, Cody Dennis Slater, Alexis Marie Slider, Carissa Lynn Smedley, Alicia Elaine Smith, Carter Reed Smith, Jackson Isaac Smith, Mackenzie Xavier Smith, Savannah Grace Smith, Grace Marie Sorensen, Jacob McKittrick Staub, Samuel J. Steffen, Derek Owen Stevens, Abby Danielle Stoves, Isaac Matthew Stone, Silja Strom, Logan Jeremy Stroud, Jalen Lee Strub, J. William Swanepoel, Stephanie Ann Swanson, Juanita Jordan Swinehart, Emma Marie Swisher, Avery Michelle Tague, Carter Jacob Tams, Iti Tavita Percy Tawita, Ziavizia Jean Pito Tueta, Eric Matthew Thielman, Ashley Jean Thompson, Braden Michael Thompson, Cade Julius Thompson, Jazelia Kealoha Thong, Peyton Daniel Threlkill, Carson William Teague, James David Tomlinson, Holly Renee Trimble, Chanel Elizabeth Tripp, Dawson William Truitt, Sydney Hunter Truman, Eric Tua Kwarteng, Megan Nicole Utterback, Isabel Kathleen Vasich, Maggie Renee Vanderkamp, Riley Ann Venn, Cameron Scott Vesely, Anthony Vialta, Harry Vincent Villarraza, Keegan Joseph Virchow, Cameron James Webecky, Morgan Renee Wagner, Reagan May Wall, Jack Mason Wallace, Kelly Ray Walters, Lauren Bess Walters, Grant Even Warren, Maurice Owen Watson, Corey Philip Webb, Derek Ray Webb, Jordan Daniel Wyndham, Zachariah Robert Wesselink, Christina Marie West, Anthony Owen Weisenand, Nathan Blair Whitaker, Molly Elizabeth Wick, Macy Jean Wiederin, Jaden Ray Wilbur, Lauren Judith Willits, Olivia Cheryl Willits, Abby Marie Wirtz, Skylar Perry Wright, Samuel Tongan Wu, Elise Maya Renee Young, Allison Grace Youngquist,
Corbin J. Zelli.
Under the direction of Joel Poppin and Ben Walters, our Ankeny High School Concert Band and Concert Choir will perform the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, I have seen him in the watchfires of circling camps. They have drilled him and altering the evening dew.
Thank you to our Ankeny High School Band and Choir and their sponsors. Graduates, we will now participate in the turning of tassels. Tassels are moved from right to left at graduation to signify the graduates leaving one stage of life and being ready to face the next.